the part that we also saw yesterday, which was very important, is how I can add a tool. Adding a tool, you all, is the value of the course. And I always emphasize this because it's really important. Here I have the elements of the main page, the virtual classes, the assignments, the tests. This is the value that will appear to the student in the end. This is the value that will appear to the student. So the elements that you want, the elements that you do not want to appear to the student, you hide them. And the elements that you want to show to the student, what do you do to them? Make them available or show them. It should be clear any value from the list here must have an element called duplicate content or course content, but it should express the content. I don't have it here. If you all notice, I don't have the content. When you enter any course, there will be a link to the content, but I removed it from here. If I find the content is missing, I can add it. I add it. You come from this circle, just hover over it with the mouse pointer. The first option that will appear here is called content area. So when we want to add an item related to the content, I don't have the content here. If you all notice, I lack the content. In any course, there will be a link to the content, but I removed it from here. I add it from here. Now, from this circle, hover the mouse. The first option that will appear is called content area. So when we want to add an item related to the content or assignments, if I want to create a link and name it assignments, what do I do? Or if I want to create a link and name it tests, where do I get it from? I get it from the content area. So I hover over the content area and left click, and then from here, I write the name. If I want to write course content, for example, the circle, hover over it. The first option is content area. For assignments, to create a link named assignments, how? Or to create a link named tests, how? From the content area, hover over the content area, click and write the name. For example, course content. Since it is named course content, make it available to users. It's for students. Activate the option available to users. Then click submit. So now or for assignments, if I want to create a link and name it assignments, what do I do? Or if I want to create a link and name it tests, where do I get it from? I get it from the content area. So I hover over the content area here and click with the left mouse button. And then from here, I write the name. I mean, if I want to write course content, for example, course content. And since I named it duplicate content, I need to share it. I'm not creating this content just for myself. I want to make it available for the students. So I need to enable available to users. I click submit. I'll click available to users and then press submit. As agreed, any item I add here in the course content gets added at the end of the list. All these items are part of the list, and any new item I add goes to the end. I must arrange it based on its importance. How? Yesterday, if I hover the mouse over course content, the up-down arrow appears. I need to click and hold the arrow. I'll click on Available to Users and click the Submit button. Items I add go to the list end. I must arrange by importance. How do I do that? If I just hover the mouse pointer over the word Course Content, an up-down arrow icon appears. I need to click on that arrow with the mouse and keep pressing. Hold and move the mouse up. Don't release until placed. Move above virtual classrooms to place course content. So now I've created course content. When I click on course content, based on its importance, how do I do that? We saw yesterday that if I just hover the mouse pointer over the word duplicate content, this little icon will appear, which is the up and down arrow. So I need to click on that arrow with the mouse and keep pressing, and then I move it up while still holding it down. I don't let go of my hand until I place it in the spot where I want the item to be. I'm moving it up now, and then I'll go above the virtual classrooms and place the link named course content. So now I've created course content. When I click on course content, I'll be able to access the page where I can create the content. What is the content? And I move it up carefully and keep pressing. I don't let go of my hand until I gently place it in the spot where I want the item to be. I'm moving it up now, and then I'll go above the virtual classrooms and place the link named course content. So now I've created course content. When I click on course content, when I simply click on course content, I'll be able to easily access the page where I can create the content. What is the content? Any content in the world is essentially a file, whether it's a Word file, a PowerPoint file, a PDF file, or any audio file. And an image file or a video file, these are, for example, the common types of files related to content. create course content, an item. In the course list, create an item named course content or content. To create an item named assignments or tasks, do the same. Go to content area, write tasks, mark it available to users, and click submit. Inside this list, the course list, I can create an item course content. So if I want to create an item assignments or tasks, what do I do? The same idea applies. I go to content area, then I write the name tasks. Then I say it's available to users and click submit. Notice there's a red message that says I need a unique name. I already have an item with the same name. So what do? I need to change the name. I write duplicate tasks. This time it will accept it and it will place the item as the last item in the list, or duplicate assignments. And then I say available to users, and then I say submit. Now, if you all notice, what do you see? You all notice there's a red message, the name must be unique. I already have an item with the same name. I need to change the name. I'll write something like duplicate assignments and then click submit. It will accept it and place it as the last item. Or duplicate assignments. I can move this link or item up to the position I want. I go to the spot and release the mouse to place it. If I want to create a test, what do? I want to create a test here. So I go back to the content area and name it something like end of year test and say it's available to users, and then click submit. It adds the item last and I move it up to the desired place. I carefully move this link or item up to the position I like. Then I come to the spot and gently let go of the mouse to place the item where I want it. I wanted to create a test. I go to the content area and name it end of year test, mark it as available to users, then click submit. It adds the item last, then I move it to the desired place. So if I'm here in the content, I can create content. For assignments, go to assessments and create. For the end of year test, click to enter its folder, then go to assessments and choose test. So I can create a test. We'll see these in detail, but here's how to add a content area item. So if I'm here in the content, I can create content. If I bring the assignments or activities, I can go to the assessments and create the assignment. Now, if I bring the end of year test, I need to click here on end of year test to enter the folder named end of year test. From here, I can go to the assessments, and then what do I choose? I choose test to create a test. So I can create a test. All these things we'll see together in detail, but I wanted to clarify how I can add an item, and that item can be of the type content area. Also, yesterday we saw that I had something called tool link. The tool link is very important for me because I have tools like virtual classrooms, announcements, and all these are course messaging tools. And then I choose what? I choose test, so I can create a test. So what am I creating? I'm creating a test. All these things we'll see together in detail, but I wanted to clarify how I can add an item, and that item can be of the type content area. Okay, we saw yesterday that I also had something called tool link, which are essential for my daily tasks. The tool link is very important for me because I have tools like virtual classrooms and announcements and help me manage my courses efficiently. These tools include features for communication and organization. These are all course messaging tools. Email, announcements, of course, and there are many other tools like the discussion forum. So if we want to see how to get this tool, we go to the same circle with the plus sign, but this time instead of going to the content area, we will go to the tool link and click on the tool link. And we choose the first type. What type do you need? This is the important part. If you need virtual classrooms, you select the first option, which will give you the virtual classrooms. That's the first choice. If you need announcements, it shows you the announcements here. If you need email, then this is the email tool. Of course, there are many tools, but we will really explain the tools that you will actually use. For example, if you need a discussion board, that's available. The discussion board, course messages. Wiki sites, for example. From this part called tool link, you can get any tool from here. If you want to create a discussion board, just click on the discussion board here. That's the type you need. From this part called tool link, you can get any tool from here. If you want to create a discussion board, just click on the discussion board here. That's the type you need. This is the tool that I need. That's the type you need. This is the tool that I need. Okay, I need to give this tool a name. So I need to come here to the name and click below to write in the box. Of course, you'll notice that there isn't a frame here like a box for you to write in, but you just need to click with the mouse. and you'll see the mouse pointer. You can type, for example, discussion board, or let's say course forum. This is the forum that will be specific to the course. Then I say it's available to users and click submit. Now I have the course forum, and I can move the forum up to the position I want. And you can see that I now have here a course forum. Course forum. So I have a forum for the course. Where did I get the forum from? I didn't get it from the content area. No, I got it from the tool link. From the tool link, okay,